Hey, hello, everybody. Welcome to Drive Thru. I'm your host, Tony T. As we broadcast live from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We will get you out here well before the top of the hour, give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the Drive Thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. So let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, with us, we've got Millz Young with us. We've got Jay and Big Guy McMordie signing a little bit later. Shane Mickle, Tony Brown, Wayne Scott, and Alex Smart. And here's how they'll line up for this evening's show. We got Smart, McMordie, Mickle, Brown, Young, Briggs, Scott, then I will close this one out. McMordie in traffic, LA traffic a little later in the show for Al McMordie. All right, on the board tonight we have NBA action. I believe it's 8 on the card. NHL, big NHL card, 12. College hoops as well. Last day here of February. Remember, the conference tournament action begins Monday, so we're getting ready for postseason college basketball soon. So let's get this show underway. Big NBA night tonight, a big game on the card, and it'll be some revenge, possibly. We'll see. We'll bring in Alex Smart. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium NBA coverage tonight from Alex Smart. So let's go ahead and bring him in here right now. Alex Smart is having a fantastic 28-24. He has just been on absolute fire right now. We'll bring him in right now. Alex, what's happening?
How you doing, Tony? We're going to go after some NBA tonight. We're going to do a total. We're looking at a Heat-Nuggets game, and this Heat-Nuggets game had a very low total attached to it right off the bat today. It's been beat down a little bit, from my perspective, rightly so. I know in the new NBA, numbers like this sort of always seem to spark the concept in someone's mind, hey, maybe this number is too low and we're going to go over. But I'm looking at this number in a different way. I'm looking at it, it's just a little bit too high. And you got to remember, this is the Heat's fourth straight road game, third game in 4 nights. They do have 1 day's rest on a team that played hard from start to finish last night as Denver beat up on Sacramento. So I think they're going to be in a little bit of a letdown zone here tonight coming into this game. The Heat, like I said, they're not exactly what you call the freshest team either. Since the break, both these teams have a top 10 offense. But at the same time, and this is just one of those situations that sort of reeks of, reeks of a slower game. You got to remember the Nuggets run the 11th ranked pace in the league, and the Heat right at the bottom of the league. So, the Heat are going to come out here. They're going to try to control the pace. High altitudes of Denver, and I just don't like I don't think we're going to have a speedy game. Competitive, possibly, yeah, but you got to remember, too, on the road, the Heat are notorious for cashing tickets. I don't know, it's actually notorious, or we'll call it, for their betting backers, glorious. 21 of 30 games have gone under on the road this season, and the Nuggets have gone under in 16 of their 27 games at home. I'm looking at a grinding affair. Not sure whether Hero or Kevin Love are 100% for this game, but it doesn't matter in my opinion. I still believe we're going to see a low-scoring game. Lines makers are on spot, except we have a little edge to the bottom part of this number. And around, unfortunately now, only going to get maybe your best number might be 214. So,
all right, we got to Alex here under the total 214 and a half. Do your line shopping, get the best number here in this game here between the Nuggets here and the Miami Heat. Heat here, again, continuing this road trip. Just going to check the market to see where we're at. 214 and a half. I'm actually seeing a 215 at one of the one national U.S., one of the famous U.S. sports where you wear a crown. So that one is showing 215. So do your line shopping, get the best number here. Injury report here, no Hero, no Love, no Richardson. Here for Miami. Miami has been on fire here defensively over their past 5 games. It's just been a defensive clinic here by this Heat team, third in defensive efficiency. Now, worth noting here over this past 5 games is not getting a whole lot of offense from Denver. 113 points per 100 possessions over that 5-game period.
Yeah. So, I just after last night's game and just the way Denver played all out and it really had no mercy. I really look for them to come into this game and. It's going to be a slower game, and like I said, Miami playing their 4th away game in a row, the high altitudes. I can see it grinding. I can see it possibly being competitive, but at the same time, I can very much see it being low scoring. The lines makers know what they're doing here, and we're going to sort of follow along and try to get that edge on the end.
All right, Alex, here on Heat Nuggets under 214.5. You can find 215 as well in the marketplace. This Wednesday night here, 10 Eastern time. This is your doubleheader game on TNT. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, NBA on the board, as well as lots of college hoops. Big NHL card as well. Alex is enjoying a fantastic year in 2024. And you look at the numbers here, 2,986 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dodge Premium. You can verify that simply by going over to Alex's handicapper page, and you'll see the numbers there. Very easy to find. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Well, right now, all that's left on board, we already have our 3-pack of college basketball that went off early tonight. We have an NBA Sharp Money Late Steam side. Once again, we're going to play that Heat Nuggets game. So you know what? You take that total and you take the side and throw yourself an extra parlay in there. Also, we have a NHL Moneyline Power Play, just rocking it with Moneyline plays this year. 67% run, over a 61 selection conversion rate, over 67% of 61 conversion rate. So, you know, we're rocking it with that. Come on in, let's make some money. What else can I say? It's been good so far. Knock on wood, and let's keep rolling. Let's make some money all the way through March Madness.
Let's get on board here with Alex Spot over at Pick Dodge Premium, approaching 3,000 units of profit here for 2024. Absolute great results here from Alex. No better time to get that 1-month pass. Get all of Alex's premium plays for 30 days. That includes NCAA tournament, right? That will be getting into the first round action here in the second round as well. Also, all the conference tournaments, NBA and NHL here for 30 days. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. Save that 15% off. All right, Alex, as always, great having your show. Continue that great success you're having, and we'll catch up with you again here next week.
Appreciate it, Tony. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
You got it. Alex Smart here on the drive through. Let's continue on, guys. Also, I did see Alex was signed up for the Saturday show, so you can catch him here Saturday morning here on the weekend Pick Dog morning show. Let's continue on. Up next, that's Big Al McMordie still in traffic. Let me take a look here to see. I'll look at the screen here to see if Big Al is signed on. Not yet. Big Al is not signed on yet, so we're going to go ahead and go to Shane Mickle up next. We're going to go Shane up next, and then we will go to. Let me make sure I have the numbers ready to roll here with Shane. Yeah, Shane is up next. We'll catch him over at Pick Dodge Premium. We'll bring Shane in, ready to go with some action tonight. Shane, what's happening?
How's it going tonight, Tony?
Everything's going great. All right, here we go. The big one in the WCC is Gonzaga is getting pressured here in conference here against San Francisco. Gonzaga road favorites 4, total 154.
Yeah, Gonzaga has played better. People are starting to seem to be starting to believe in this team a little bit more as of late. But I still think San Francisco went and played in a very tough arena in Gonzaga earlier this season. Lost by 5. Straight up at home this season, San Francisco has only lost one game. That was against a very good St. Mary's team. But they followed it up just a few games ago, going on the road to St. Mary's, another tough place to play, and only lost by 4. This is a San Francisco team that seems to be getting hot at the right time. And they're a good offensive team. It's a Gonzaga team that struggled to score. It hasn't seemed to matter how bad the WCC team is. Gonzaga seems to score, but they don't seem to have any interest in playing defense. If they get to the NCAA tournament, I think it's going to be what kills them. But I think San Francisco is going to score plenty here. And one thing to remember, WCC play every game, especially at home. When you play Gonzaga, it's like playing their their national championship. I think this crowd's gonna be rocking here. Their best crowd of the year for sure. And I think San Francisco keeps this one close. I wouldn't be shocked if San Francisco wins this game outright, but I think definitely the smart play here is taking the 4.
All right, we got the Shane here with the home dog, San Francisco here, plus the 4 here against Gonzaga here in WCC late night action. This one on ESPN2. One thing I noticed with San Francisco has been showing some pretty good defensive form, especially around the interior, forcing turnovers, rebounding the basketball. So feather in their cap here has been their play defensively and also offensively, how they've been really strong around the basket.
Yeah, definitely on defense, especially early in the season. In terms of points per game, they look impressive. Now, of course, playing Gonzaga, this isn't a game you can't expect them to hold Gonzaga to 65 points here. But yeah, like you said, this is a team that can really score. And with the lack of playing any sort of defense for Gonzaga all season, I think that San Francisco keeps this close. This feels like a game where, San Francisco's up 4, with 3 minutes left, and Gonzaga, goes on a little run to win it by 2 or 3 at the end.
All right, Shane here on San Francisco +4 against Gonzaga. This one will have a start time tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern time. You could watch this one over on ESPN2. All right, Shane, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for tonight's action. Of course, NBA here is on the board as well. Big card from the NBA. We also have action here from college hoops, NHL as well. What do you have going over at the site?
Yeah, I saw one pack up there tonight. 3 college basketball plays. Top 3, $39.99. I really like this college basketball card. I think I have 5 total plays from college basketball, but only 3 of them are in a package. But like we've talked about, high ball long term, college basketball season is getting into the exciting time we were talking about yesterday. The guys at Pick Dogs, the writers, about we're just a little bit away before we have all those college basketball daytime games. So there's no better time to hop on that 7 or 30-day pass, and we'll make some money together.
That's right, guys. Got a board with Shane Mickle over at Pick Dogs. Great results, as you can see from Shane this year. You can also catch up over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place with those written content. Long-term pass will serve you well. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. All right, Shane, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great evening. I will catch up with you again next week. But we also catch up. We can always catch you on occasion there on those weekend shows.
Yeah, on the weekend shows, I'm going to try to make it on one of the days. I've been out the last couple of weeks. Got married, and then we were on a little vacation. But back in the swing of things now, so I'm hoping to get on one of those weekend shows. Just got to figure out which day I want to do it. But hopefully see you on the weekend shows, and of course always the written work over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place.
That's right, Big Dogs Sports Chat. Shane, congrats on the marriage, Shane. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll catch up with you again here on the drive-thru next week.
Sounds good. Have a good weekend. Have a good night, everyone.
You got Shane Mickle here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on. Looks like Big Al's still in traffic, so we're going to continue on here. It's time to bring on Tony Brown. We'll hit Las Vegas, Nevada, and we'll find Tony Brown. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring him in right now. Ready to roll here with coverage from the NBA. I think we'll be ready to set here. I might have went too far here. I think I did go too far, so we'll get his screen up here for you with the odds. We'll be looking at this Wizards and this Laker game. Exciting game last night between those Lakers and the Wizards. We'll bring him in. Lakers and the Clippers. Tony Brown, what's happening?
Tony T, what's going on with you, bro?
Everything's going great. All right, here we go tonight. Wizards. This team has been boy, they had a tough on their backers against Golden State. Missed by the hook. Maybe they'll miss by the hook here again. They're going to be on the road here to face the Lakers. Lakers 9.5, total 243.5.
Yeah, no, I think they're going to get blown out all the way in this one. The Wizards are in a very, very tight race, though. While, all jokes aside, they are in a very tight race right now with Detroit and San Antonio for the worst team in the NBA. So, we got to watch out for that. But we knew this was coming with the Wizards, though. Once they got rid of Beal, he was their only piece left of actual all-star, actual player that was, any good. So they're rebuilding. They're looking to be a lottery pick, and they're getting their wish. They're on a 13-game win streak, which even the worst teams, when you're not a good team, you're going to lose 5, you'll lose 3 and 4. But when you lose 10 and 12 and 13 and streaks like Detroit and Washington's been on, it's not just the players' capability, it's their mentality, it's their heart. You know what I mean? They're checked out. They're just checked out, basically. They don't have anything to play for. They're not playing for spoilers. They're not trying to get into the 10th seed and get into any type of playoff position. So I just think we see more of the same tonight, especially momentum is a big part of sports, and the Lakers are going to be one of the hottest teams as far as momentum playing basketball tonight. They had a 20-point deficit last night in the fourth quarter, and LeBron James just showed why he's arguably the best, and in my eyes, the best player ever to touch the ball now at this point. Like, what he's doing in his 21st season at 39 years old is ridiculous. And even if he wasn't in his 21st season, this is great stuff for a rookie. This is great stuff for a fifth-year guy. Like, he's just hooping. And so I think that carries over to tonight. Big game from him, big game from AD. The Lakers, we're not out of the woods, so we got to win the games that we're supposed to win, because we're still teetering around 9th and 10th for those last play-in spots. So definitely a home game against the struggling Wizards. It's just too good to pass up. We blow them out double digits, and easy money on the free play today.
All right, Tony Brown says here, the Lakers lay the 9.5 here against the Wizards here. A Wizards team that, as you know, it's been a struggle for them. Although they've had really good success covering as a road underdog. I think they're about 18. Let me look at it. I know going in that Warriors game, they might have been 18-8, 18-9 to the number in that spot. But a lot of that accumulated early on in the season. Of late, it's been ugly. Yeah, 19-10 to the spread. The Wizards as a road on the road this year. But again, it's been ugly though. It's been pretty ugly of late. That loss to OKC, that loss to Denver was ugly, and the losses just piling up. As you said, Tony Brown, this is a team that has just really, really looks like the players are still trying because they're trying to stat pad, but they may not have the ability to stat pad if the coaches decide to put in the guys at the end of the bench and pull up G Leaguers.
Right, because the coaches know with all that stat padding, then that could come to like victories and stuff, and that's not what they're here for. They're here for draft picks and their lottery status. So I don't think they want to do that. They're just getting everybody in the rotation, playing as many guys as they can. They did have a good number against the spread on the road, but that was, like you said, earlier in the season when, they still had a shot and they didn't know they were going to be just as bad as they were. But the last few games, especially during this 13-game losing streak, they've all been coming by double digits. So I think tonight we get more of the same.
Yeah, the Wizards are definitely in play for the first pick in the draft. So you think there should be some reverse engineering with the analytics. Put lineups up there that give you the least chance to win. Keep an eye on some of those rotations here, as it can be a little crazy in the fourth quarter. All of a sudden, it could go ugly there. Speaking of fourth quarter, what a fourth quarter for the Lakers last night. How much did it take out of them? Of course, the players still play hard. And a G Leaguer team, we've seen some G League guys have success in this league, and we've got to cover a big number. I've heard, I like to tune into the sports talk in LA just to get the Laker feel. There are some thoughts that maybe it'd be a good spot to rest LeBron. There was some discussion there. What do you think here?
Nah, he rested coming back from the break, and he was fine. I mean, I don't want to start no controversies or anything, but
why not?
He looked pretty good in the All-Star game, and then all of a sudden, his ankle. So he was fine then. He got his rest in. You want to get him in while he's hot. With the older players, sometimes rest equals rust. You know what I mean? Like, when you rest him is when he wants to get some rest, but when he's coming off performances like that, man, you let him go back-to-back. He's got some fire on him, and they're playing the Wizards, so I'm sure there'll be plenty of time to rest in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I mean, that Westbrook turnover, I keep bringing that up because I felt it right then. It was 101-85. Westbrook's goofing around, turns the ball over, Lakers make a quick three, and to me that felt like a momentum shift.
Yeah, that's all it takes, man, is one play, 1 second, one split decision. Everybody was dissecting that big Super Bowl, this, and that. I think if they don't muff that punt, San Francisco wins the game. You know what I mean? They were going to take a lead into the quarter like Patrick Mahomes, and then was going to be dead in the water, and then now all of a sudden, bam, here you go. The Lakers were out of it, and then you clowning around, messing around, and it only takes one shot to start a streak, and then LeBron James just start acting like he was the number one scorer of all time in basketball. I don't know why everyone's so surprised. He has the most points. He has more points than anyone who's ever played the game. So he just went crazy and started scoring points. And there it is.
And the Clippers big guys were getting those offensive rebounds, but they couldn't hit threes. So it just...
And the turnovers, too. Shout out to Plumlee. He was the second best player on the floor in the fourth quarter besides LeBron James for the Lakers. He really helped us out with some absolute gifts of turnovers. Like, LeBron hit 2 threes right off of his turnovers. It's like he handed him the ball off. I think dude has the money on the Lakers money line. So
yeah, that looked crazy. Someone asked about the injury report. Well, James is again, he's always on there as questionable with that ankle. It's always going to be there. It looks like I don't know. It's a questionable status. Davis is probable, Reddish is probable. So that's there. Washington looks like they're going to be near full strength with their starters. The question is, how many minutes will those starters play? Again, they're in line here for our first pick in the draft. So that is something to keep in mind here as the Wizards has just been losing badly of late here, not living up to that really good spread coverage they've had on the road. Lakers lay the 9.5 against the Wizards tonight here, 10:30 Eastern time. All right, Tony Brown, let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. Of course, we do have on the board tonight NBA, good card tonight from the NBA. It's like an 8-game card. We also have an NHL on the board, big game, 12-game card in NHL. Lots of college hoops in action. I think there's close to 50 games tonight on this Thursday card. Great results from Tony Brown, as always in NHL, right? It's like a broken record for the last 6-7 years with Tony Brown. Every time, NHL. Cranking on again on the ice. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, like you mentioned, it's funny how you can go through a slate of games and don't find anything. Like, there's a huge slate of college games, but I only found one. You know what I mean? Like, the one that I'm going to bet my money on personally. And that's up for sale. It's my college play of the day. It's probably going to be the biggest bet we make until the Final Four. Like, I really love my college play tonight. And then I went through the NBA. I only found one good play. But in a 12-game slate in the NHL, I actually found 7 games with value. We're going to bet on every single one of them. There's 7 huge games on the card tonight, and I put them up there. I only put like 3 for sale. The rest of them are for the clients who bought the month, the week, the year. You know what I mean? If you bought those passes, those are the perks that come with it. You got the plays that I don't have up for sale. You get them with your pass. So I have 7 plays on the board in the NHL, 1 for sale, the NHL top play. But the rest of them are just as good. I wouldn't put them up if they weren't. I'm not here to lose. So grab those picks as well and get one of those passes real quick, even if you just get the 3-day pass.
That's right, guys. Get up with Tony Brown over at Pick Dogs, pretty much showing great results you see in the NHL. Of course, the spring training is here. Tony Brown, of course, for that 1 year of VIP All Sports Pass, great value for the folks out there.
Yeah, you get every single pick I release from every sport. So that means you're going to get my full MLB season with the World Series and the playoffs. You get the NBA playoffs and the championship. NHL, you're going to get the football. You'll get everything that I give till next year. It's not a season pass. It's not a weekly pass. It's a full VIP 365 days of play. So from the day you buy it to a full 365 days after that, every single pick I release, playoffs, championship picks included, all for one low price.
One low price, guys. Get on board with Tony Brown with that 1 year All Sports Pass. Remember that promo code PICK at checkout saves you nearly $300 on that 1 year All Sports Pass. All right, Tony Brown, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that great success, and we'll catch up with you again here on next week on the drive-thru.
Always appreciate being here, and I'll see you guys next week.
See you next week. Tony Brown here on the drive-thru. We'll continue on. Guys, if you ever miss a pick, we always recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Looks like Big Al is out of the traffic jam in LA, so it was probably not as bad. I was thinking the worst. We'll bring him in right now. Hopefully he's cooled down, got the rage out of him. We'll catch him over at Pig Dogs Premium. Let's get him in right now. Big Al McMordie, some college hoops action here, back from his work on the freeway. Let's see if we can get him in here in just a second. Big Al, where are we at here on this board? Big Al, what's happening?
Not much. You gotta love Los Angeles traffic. But
oh, you got to. You got to.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. All right, here we go tonight. We go college hoops action. Lindenwood on the road here face Southern Indiana. Southern Indiana favored 10, total 142.5.
Yeah, Tony, these two teams actually met on New Year's Eve. They met at Lindenwood, and the Screaming Eagles upset the Lions by 11-point, 2-point road underdog. And now for tonight's game, the Screaming Eagles are favored by 10. And one of the things I like to do is fade favorites of minus 10 or more points if that favorite upset its opponent in the previous meeting that season. Going back to, I think, 1990 or 94, thereabout, the record is going against those teams, you're 123-79. But if your team that you're going to go against has a win-loss percentage of 583 or worse, then you improve from 123-79 all the way to 51-15 ATS. So that's the situation here. We're going to take Lindenwood plus the 10 and go against Southern Indiana.
Yeah, there you go. So, the players, Lindenwood here, plus 10. Southern Indiana, an 8-21 team, only in 10 points.
I mean, that's not I'm the type of guy, I want to take points with bad teams and lay points with good teams. That's sort of the way I roll. But
there you go. The bad team laying 10 against another bad team, but there you go. They take the points. Big Al, we're going to get into the conference tournament action next week. Anything changes when you look to handicap, where you kind of follow the database to the T, or do you basically have different subsets when we get into kind of these conference tournament
I do different. I do my handicapping for postseason sports, whether it be college basketball or the NFL or whatever, is completely different than the regular season. So I'm doing completely different stuff. So yeah, it'll change.
It'll change. Got it there. Big Al here on Lindenwood here, plus the 10 against Southern Indiana tonight at 8:30 Eastern time.
And to maybe give added color, a lot of what I do in college basketball, for example, I'm taking a lot of teams off losses, right? I mean, like Lindenwood's lost 7 in a row or whatever. In these tournaments, you don't get teams off losses for the most part. They're all, especially when you go to the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the finals, they're all off wins. So I mean, I'm doing completely different stuff in the March Madness tournaments than I'm doing in the regular season.
Do you track coaches, or you're pretty much into the team?
I'm into the situations. The teams, not the coaches. The situations I'm playing, they survive all coach hirings and firings. Doesn't really matter.
I got you. How about when we get into spots where we got a lot of these tournaments? You have a lot of situations we have rest advantage as well.
Yeah, that's important. When you get teams that are higher seeded and they get the bye, so they'll be rested, and the other team is playing back-to-back days. That you have to handicap that. That's an important thing to consider. So yeah, there's lots of important things like that.
And very important to know that some of these early rounds are campus sites, so sometimes you got to keep an eye on where these games are played.
It's true. It's true. All makes a difference.
It certainly does. Lindenwood here, plus it's against Southern Indiana tonight, 8:30 Eastern time. All right, Big Al, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Prim, where you've just been smashing the leaderboards here. Look at this in college hoops, 3,871 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dodge Prim. For the year, fantastic profit, 2,400 units of profit. The Big Al McMordie is just having a fantastic year. NBA showing great results. NHL showing great results. All the high volume of sports showing great results. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, small card for me, Tony, today. I've got two plays in basketball, one play in hockey, so 3 plays total. As you highlighted, it's been a good year so far, so knock on wood. 323 and 241 on the basketball season, and hockey is 17 and 10. Haven't released a lot of hockey plays, but that's by design, just taking it easy in that sport. I know Tony Brown's a great hockey handicapper. People can, they want tons of hockey, they can go with Tony and stuff. But yeah, so I've got 1 hockey and 2 college basketball today, passing the NBA.
That's right, guys. Getting more with Big Al McMordie over at Pick Dogs Premium. Good time to get that 1 month pass when Big Al's running 30 days of action here from Big Al from the college basketball. You get all the conference tournaments action as well into the NCAAB tournament, all the NBA as well. So no better time to get that 1 month pass. And of course, Big Al, your all access must be firing really hot right now.
Yeah, no, we're pretty much at the high point of the season. I guess Tuesday was the high water mark. Yesterday we were 2-2, but our big plays, we were 1-2, and we hit a smaller play. So, but still, we're like 1 day off our high water mark for the year. So people are very happy. And if folks are interested, you get all the games rated. So it's a little bit different than the premium side, where the plays are all the same. Like you would know, like all the games rated from 10 stars down through 1 star, and then we also get additional plays. So, for example, the customers today on the All Access, they got more than what was on the premium side today. And folks can just text Big Al to 775-636-7676. You must have a big bankroll. You must be able to enjoy playing as I'll have often 10 to 20 games on a Saturday in college basketball. So you have to be able to handle the volume, and you have to have a big bankroll. And if you don't mind, then just text 775-636-7676.
There you go, guys. Get in touch there. Get signed up with that all access. All right, Big Al, as always, great having a show. Continue that success. Got lots going on over at Pick Dogs with your all access video series. And of course, we can always catch you on the weekend shows.
Yeah, Saturdays and Sundays. So hopefully I'll see you on Saturday, Tom.
Yep, I'll be there.
Okay, I'll see you then.
See you.
Thanks so much.
You got it. Big Al McMordie here on the drive-thru. Let's continue here on the drive-thru. Guys, if you ever miss a pick, we'll do a complete recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Millz up next. We got some UFC coverage. A fight night coming up here. We'll bring him in right now. Millz Young, catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Also got up that UFC rundown up on the channel. Bring him in right now. Millz, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony? How's everybody doing?
Everything's going great. All right, we're going to get your graphic ready to roll here because we know you've got all that insight there in UFC action because you're part of the working press out there. You're credentialed. You really have your great knowledge in this sport, and we've seen some of your content up on social media, and really great seeing the work you put out there. But tonight we're going to be looking here at UFC coverage tonight here between Perez and Mokaev. This one going off on Saturday, the UFC Fight Night.
Yeah, man, you got a good card. Headlined by Jairzinho Rozenstruik taking on Shamil Gazio. 2 heavy, hard hitters that's going to go in there and bang it out. So if you guys are tired of watching guys that's going to grapple and fights to go to distance, I don't think you're going to get that in the main event at all. So definitely you guys want to tune into that card. But this fight that I'm talking about, man, we got a big prospect, Muhammad Mokaev is 11-0. He had dreams of being the youngest champion, and setting that record that John Jones is holding on to. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to get that. So in this fight, he opened up at a -245 favorite. Now he's up to a 361 on the books. But this is the thing. He's usually a bigger favorite than this. Every single time that he fights, he's usually like a -400, -500, and even higher sometimes in certain fights. This is the lowest that he's ever been priced at. The reason why we're looking at this fight is based on his opponent, too. His opponent is a guy who hasn't been in the cage in the last year and a half. Alex Perez, has 10 fights canceled and rescheduled in the last 2.5, 3 years. He's only been to 2 actual fights within those last 3 years. He's getting a real big step up in this fight, Muhammad Mokaev is. But hear me out on this. 5-0 in the UFC, 2 wins by KO, 6 wins by sub, 4 wins in the UFC by sub, 3 first-round finishes. I think this guy's going to get it inside the distance. I'm taking Muhammad Mokaev to win inside the distance. The reason why I like this even more, the submission is the way that he likes to finish his opponents. Hey, Tony.
Yes.
So Alex Perez has 7 losses. Out of those 7 losses, take a guess how many he lost by submission.
Well, I would probably say, since we're going inside the distance, I'd say 6 of them.
Oh, close enough. He lost 5 of his fights by submission. So that's the other thing, man. He's durable when he can take a hit. But once you start grabbing on something and try to pull it away, he's tapping quicker than quick. So, yeah, man, he's been subbed in his last 5 fights, and that's the way that Muhammad Mokaev usually wins all of his fights. He's one of those tricky fighters that's like to pull it out in the last round. 2 of the fights that he was in already, he was down on the scorecard, lose. But in that late 3rd round, he tapped him out and won inside the distance. So I'm taking Muhammad Mokaev to win inside the distance. Nice little plus money price tag.
All right, there, plus money price tag here. In boxing, they used to call it a glass jaw. I don't know what they call that in UFC or in MMA. Tappy?
No chin. Yeah, we just call him no chin.
No chin. There we go. No chin. Mokaev wins inside the distance here at plus 135. This one on Fight Night here on March 2nd. ESPN Plus will have this one for you at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, Millz. Of course, you highlighted some of the fights coming up. So this is a card you're looking forward to?
Yeah, I'll be honest. No, it's not one that I'm really looking forward to. It's one that 2 of the fights got canceled and just got put together on late notice. So, and it's one of the fight cards to where they had the minimal fights. I think they only had 11 fights to roll out for this card. They usually start with at least 13 on here. But I will say the reason why I say it's not something I'm looking forward to. If you guys like betting chalk, this is the card for you. I don't like betting chalk.
I'm looking at the chalk right here. Going through the card, man. A lot of chalk in here, man.
Crazy.
Lots of chalk, man. And of course, you got to find other ways to win at this game, right? And unfortunately, there are other ways. And Millz we'll put you on the right sides here. Mokaev wins inside the distance here, plus 135. All right, Millz. Let's take a look over at Pick.com for nice action. Of course, NBA's on the board with a nice card, 8-game card. We have lots of college hoops. I think 50-plus games out there. Free action on the ice. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, man, I got my 2 best UFC bets up there to get you guys paid. Both of them are props. You could get my UFC prop market play, or else you could get my UFC top play to get you paid in here. I'm trying to attack everything in MMA right now, so that's my main focus. So, hey, if you guys want some MMA bets, that's where you get right now. And, hey, besides that, you can get that 3-day pass, get everything that we got included in there, or else you could just wait till I put all the picks up and get that 3-pack for you guys. So I got 2 plays to get you paid in the UFC for this weekend.
That's right, guys. Going to run Millz Young over at Pick Dogs Premium. That 3-day pass is perfect. Get all the hoops action here at NBA college hoops. And, of course, the UFC coming here with the Saturday card. So get signed up. Use promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. You can also add another multi-cappers with the multi-capper promotion. Even a greater value there, right? Millz, as always, great having you show. Continue your success, and we'll catch up with you again next week. But we got a lot of content from you over at Pick Dogs. We got your UFC rundown. We also have your prop shop going on.
Yeah, man. So I'll get started with the daily prop shop. That's out and up right now. I went over the basketball slate. I also included 2 hockey player props that I like in there to get you on top. Besides that, went over everything for you guys this weekend for UFC. Gave you guys a UFC parlay rundown show came out. That's out there on the website. Then I gave you guys the UFC rundown where I went over all the fights in there and gave you guys my predictions in there. And today we just dropped fights finish and not to go the distance. That's my little 5-minute video where I go over all the fights in the card and predict which fights are going to finish, which ones are going to go the distance. And I also give you guys a parlay. Last week, we killed it. I mean, I think we only got 1 fight that we didn't predict right on fights to finish and not go the distance. So in there, we're attacking every way for you guys. MMA Mafia, make money anyway.
There you go. From Millz. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications so when Millz drops those videos, you get them right away and get signed up for his 3-day pass. Big fights coming up in basketball. All right, Millz, have yourself a great week, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, man. Appreciate everybody out there. Make sure we just smash that like button for us one time.
Smash that like button, like, subscribe, set notifications so when we're live, you're live with us. Millz here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on here on the show. Guys, you missed a pick. We recap at the end. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue here on the drive-thru. Jay Briggs is up next. We'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. NBA action tonight on this 8-game card. It's getting quite interesting now in the NBA as we're down to, 45 days until we get into the playoffs, or those play-in games, right? Some of the teams will continue on. I just call it a continuation of the regular season. That's really, really what it is. Jay, what's happening?
Tony T, what's happening, my man?
What's going on? All right, here we go. Tonight we go to the NBA here. This is a team that's covered a lot for people this year. The Jazz, they've used to be good at home, but now they're kind of just really struggling. Magic here to host the Jazz. The Magic 6.5-point favorites, total 226.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Hopefully, I hear that theme song on my timeline tonight. I'm on the Orlando Magic. I'm laying the points. The Utah Jazz, they haven't really been that hard of a team to figure out. On the road, most of the time this season, fade them, you'll make a pretty decent coin. At home, take them, you'll make a pretty decent coin. At least that was the case for most of the season. Like Tony T said, even at home, they haven't even been reliable. I need to go verify this stat because I keep saying it, but I honestly believe in my heart that on the road, there's been no team blown out more than the Utah Jazz. Like, the Jazz seem to almost never compete on the road. I feel like they have more double-digit road losses than any other team in the NBA on the road. Like, that's how bad the Jazz are on the road. Even in spots where you think they're going to compete, they don't. And I think this is a spot where the Magic, a team ascending, a team who at home they do cover the number, I think they just beat up on them. Now, looming over this game, I do see Paolo Banchero listed as game-time decision. He's a true game-time decision as well. I've been following it all day. We'll see. We'll have to see. This is why this one did not make my premium area, that alone. But even if the number does drop right when we get the Banchero number, say he doesn't play in the line drops, I'm on the Magic. If he does play in the line stays, I'm on the Magic. It's just a play on the number for me. Give me Orlando. I think they kicked the crap out of the Jazz at home.
Yeah, the last 4 road games for Utah, they've been absolutely pounded. I mean, just blown out, pretty bad. And it really happened here around the trade deadline. You know, they traded away Olenek, who was someone to help them off the bench, and someone who I was pretty high on was at Fontecchio, who's now with the Pistons. They got they got a second-round draft pick for Fontecchio, somebody who filled a pretty good role when they were injured. When their guards were injured, he played pretty well, and he's putting up some numbers for the Pistons, who got the better of that trade. Well, actually, they got a player who can service them, and the Jazz just got draft picks. When you do stuff like that, you know, when you send out someone who's part of your rotation and contributes, and you get just draft picks in return, that just sends a horrible sign to everybody in the organization, and of course, hits the players and the fans. Well, fans don't kind of figure it out, but the players, they know when they lose someone on the court who contributes, and we're getting draft picks for this guy.
Yeah, right. A lot of strange things going on with a lot of bad teams in the NBA. Try my best not to concern myself with it too much. You know, the reason why bad teams are bad, at least the Magic have been on the ascension. You know, I think they're going to make the playoffs for the first time in quite some time this season. So,
yeah, Banchero's going to play. Banchero's going to play. It's just Isaac that's out for Orlando.
It's official he's in?
Official he's in, yeah, he's in.
All right, cool. Lay the points with the Magic then. I'm all over them here in this spot. The Jazz, they seem disinterested right now, and until they wake back up, I'm not trying to catch that falling night.
Yep, they're and also Otto Porter is somebody who they don't even want on the court. I mean, it's just, you know, they just remains out. I think they want to buy him out. They got him in the Toronto deal. His minutes has just been decreasing of late. He's all of a sudden he had last 2017-18, 2018-19 played 30 minutes, and after that, it's just been going the opposite, going the wrong way for him. He just hasn't really lived up to his standards here. Shooting percentage this year, just 42%. let's see where his 3-point shooting is right now. It's usually, he's still making 35% from three. So you got to wonder, someone that's hitting 35% from three, you're not going to use them. I mean, again, that's what I'm saying. They're doing some strange things within Utah right now. Now we're starting to see it hit the results.
Yep. Okay, so you guys are right in the comments. Shout out, y'all. Appreciate y'all, boys. Paulo Banchero an hour ago was listed better to play.
Yep, it's confirmed there in there for tonight.
Kessler out for the Jazz. That's kind of big for them too. Their big man presence down low.
Yeah, I mean the Clarkson is their guy off the bench, and after that, it's a big drop to Sensabaugh, Dunn, who just hasn't done anything. that's no Dunn and Horton Tucker. You're 7. This guy lived on the injury report the last several seasons, so they've got a really thin bench right now. Again, because they won't put Porter on the court, and they get rid of guys like Fontecchio and Olenek, and the team is just kind of tanked since then.
Yep.
Falling knife there. This is a tanking team, this Jazz team. That's why everybody in Lakerland has been, we're going to get into the play-in round. Yeah, that's right, because the Jazz are tanking, and Houston still can't figure out ways to win on the road. So it's helping the Lakers' cause. But it's interesting to see how it plays. Golden State. I was talking to somebody the other day last night and made a good point. He goes, Golden State is playing. When you see Golden State play, they look like they're in playoff mode. Do you agree with that right now? That they don't want nothing to do with that play-in round?
Look, as I said today on the jam session, Golden State is starting to get downhill. Somebody laughed at me for saying that, but I don't know why they did. I guess they're not watching. Hey, the Warriors is not a team I want to be in front of. Need I remind you guys that they have more championships than anybody? This is the dynasty. Like, these are the guys that have run basketball. Like, hey, they heating up right now. That's not a team I would want to step in front of, and they know what it is. They don't want to be in the play-in, Tony. I'm right there with you. They don't want to be in there. But if they get like a 6th seed, they very well could beat the 3rd seed. They very well could. The West, I think 1 through 8 could beat each other. It's just all going to come down on the matchup game.
Come down to the matchups there. So Jay here on the Magic here, laying the 6.5 against the Jazz tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, we do have NBA on the board. As Jay is top leaderboard here in NBA, 2,716 units of profit. Been on absolute fire in the NBA right now. No better time getting on board with Jay. Also showing great profit this year and the last 30 days. All sports combined for the last 30 days, over 2,200 units of profit. Last 7 days, nearly 1,100 units of profit. Jay's just knocking it out of the park right now. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Hey, man, we're focused in the NBA, showing some tremendous units right now. We swept the board yesterday, 3-0. We're trying to sweep it again tonight. I have 3 plays over at Pick Dogs Premium. You guys can scoop up my NBA money-making 3-pack. In that pack includes my NBA play of the day, or you can get that play sold separately, man. We are 60, 38, and 4, last 102 on that play. So we've been hitting at like a 58, 59% clip on that NBA play for the season, 54% clip in the totality of things in the NBA. Really solid season, just trying to keep the momentum rolling forward. You guys can pair me up with one of the guys here at Pick Dogs Premium. And let's continue to kick the crap out of the books.
Continue to kick it, man. Get on board with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs Premium. He's having a fantastic year. You see the numbers there. 2,716 units of profit in the NBA. That 1-month pass gets you Jay's premium place here for 30 days, including NBA for 30 days. That'll take you all the way near up until early April, as well as all the college basketball. Get on board with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs Premium. Jay, let everybody know about your All Access for those big bettors out there.
Man. My All Access members, Tony T, are up tremendously for the season. They had a tremendous night last night as we swept the board. But as Big Al McMordie told you guys earlier, it's the same thing for mine. It's a rating system in the All Access Club, so you guys know about how many units to put on the game. Everything at Pick Dogs Premium, every single game that everybody releases is weighted the exact same. In the All Access Club, that's not the case. And with this style system, we love the system at Pick Dogs Premium. But with this style system, you're able to make a little more money. It's for the bigger bettors out there. You have to be able to handle the volume of betting the NBA pretty big nightly. That's why it is a higher ticket to get in there. I'm not trying to extort you guys out of your money or anything like that. I'm really trying to protect you. I don't want to overextend you. So if you have the bankroll, if you think this is for you, then I really think you should seriously think about joining the All Access Club. And let's continue to make some money and kick the crap out of the NBA.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Jay. Make that call or text if you fit within that range. All right, Jay, as always, great having you show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you tomorrow. But, of course, we got you here on the NBA Jam session. We can catch your videos every day as well as the morning show.
Yes, sir, man. You can catch my NBA Jam session where I cover every single game, every single day in the NBA, man. Y'all see the units we're producing in the premium, but just the free content, bro. If you watch the videos every day, and you know what it is, man. We've been having a really great season there as well. So you guys can watch that. You can watch the morning show. Ruffalo's hot. Mitch is hot. I'm hot. It's a great time to watch the morning show. Romanelli pops in on Wednesday. Costi pops in on Monday and Friday, so he'll be there. And then, of course, Saturday and Sunday, I host the weekend show. Tony T pops in, and a lot of guys you see here on the drive-thru pop in as well. It's a great show, man. I love it. We try to cover as many games as we can on those huge Saturday and Sunday cards. But I absolutely love doing it, and we'll be there, of course, this weekend as well.
That's right, guys. Check us out this weekend here on the Weekend Show. All right, Jay, continue that great success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Appreciate you, my man. See you tomorrow.
You got Jay Briggs here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on here on the show. Wayne Scott up next. Catch him over at Pick Dogs for him. Some college hoops from Wayne. And he's not that part of the country where he's at right now. I'll be covering, looking at some small college basketball. All cash is the same. We'll bring in Wayne. Wayne, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony T? What's going on, Pick Dog family?
Hey, what's going on, Wayne? We got that college basketball action from you tonight. As we mentioned here, you're going to be looking at going into UNC Wilmington action here tonight. Here, a game that will begin here at the top of the hour. We'll get the graphic up for you right now. Hofstra will take on UNC Wilmington. We see Wilmington 4.5-point favorites, total 144.
Yes, sir. We have a good one here tonight as UNC Wilmington is second in the Coastal Athletic Association. They're coming off a loss where they lost to a team they weren't supposed to lose to. They lost to Campbell 100-105. As you see, had no problem scoring, just slight on the defense. They will be at home where they are 9-1 on the season. 7-3 overall in their last 10, so they're playing well. This is a team that plays well off a loss. On the other side of that, we have Hofstra. They're fourth in the conference, 18-11. They are no slouch, but they have struggled on the road. Only 4-8 on the road, and 1-3 as road dogs, only covering 25%. They came off a 20-point win, and they're coming off a 3-game home skid. Now they have to go on the road to face one of the top teams in the conference. UNC Wilmington is playing better in conference play. UNC Wilmington is a team that doesn't foul a lot, strong rebounding team. Hofstra will light you up from three, but they don't get to the line a lot. So if their threes aren't falling, then they're tough. Another thing I like about UNC Wilmington, they're not as good as Hofstra on defense, but when they're at home, they are as good as Hofstra on defense. So we got a good home playing team coming off a loss, going against a Hofstra team that just blew somebody out. They've played 3 home games in a row, pretty comfortable. Now they go on the road to play the second best team. Give me UNC Wilmington laying that 4.5. I think they win this game by 6 or 7 and stretch it out late.
All right, we got Wayne here on UNC Wilmington laying the 4.5 here against Hofstra in this spot. Let's take a look at the market to see where the number is right now as we get closer to the tip-off time. 4.5 I'm seeing everywhere, so you can grade them at the 4.5 number as you can find that right now in this spot. That's right, Wilmington, a team here from CAA Colonial Athletic Conference here, action tonight here from Wayne in this spot. Of course, UNC Wilmington, a really good free throw shooting team, secures the basketball, defends inside well. Wayne, interested to note here that the coach here on Hofstra, Speedy Claxton, that's a name.
Yeah, definitely knows Speedy Claxton. And he got this Hofstra team playing well, man. Like I said, they're fourth in conference, going against the second best team in conference. This will be a battle. It's not just going to be one of them games where UNC Wilmington pulls away throughout. I mean, I hope they do, but ideally, I just see UNC Wilmington at home, just pulling away late. As you said, solid free throw shooting team. Don't foul. They play much better defense at home, and they're a team that can score. Yes, they they lost their last game, but as you see, they just put up 100 points. Another thing to note, Hofstra, their last road game, they lost to Drexel, which is a team that's not nowhere near on UNC Wilmington's on radar. So, like I said, Hofstra just not playing that well on the road, and they're not the strongest offensive team. They don't get to the line a lot. They rely heavily on that three. So if that three is not falling, they typically lose.
And they can't rebound offensively. They're last in conference in offensive rebounds. So when those threes are missed, they usually don't get the rebound. So it's a one and done possession. Wayne here, UNC Wilmington, laying the 5 here against Hofstra. Tonight's action from college hoops. Of course, we do here with Wayne. We've got Mike Pickett's coming up here, but it's gonna run a little. My pick's gonna be a little late, so we'll cover some of the games here in the NBA. We do with Wayne here for the games that are not here, that are not covered here on the Pick Dogs on the drive-through. So we'll go back here and go back to the top of the order here, and we'll look at some of the games here from the NBA, the ones that we may have missed. The Bucks Hornets, I think we didn't. I don't remember talking about this one. This somehow got in my memory bank. No, we didn't cover this one. Bucks and Hornets here. They're playing again. The Bucks road favorites 11.5, total 218.5.
Yeah, I'm not betting this game, but if I were to sprinkle on anything, it'll be the Hornets here, man. I just hard for me to believe that they can get blown out 3 or 4 times in a row by this Bucks team. This Bucks team has been playing much better as of recently. But I think the Hornets compete here. After that last loss that they took to the Bucks, that was pretty embarrassing. I know they've been playing better themselves outside of that outlier of that loss that they just took to the Bucks. But I think they come in here with a much better game plan, more solid production coming off that bench and from the starters in this one. And just 11 points is a lot to lay with the Bucks, even with how they've been playing recently. I think the Hornets keep it tight in this one.
All right, we'll continue on here. Jazz and Magic, game that Jay talked about. Warriors and Knicks. This one has come down with the news here. It looks like Brunson is going to play tonight here. The Warriors are going to be laying 3.5 in this one. We said total coming here at 223 as Brunson. Let me hit the refresh again and see if we can get to closure on this one. Brunson in my report shows probable. Washington probable. Just Anunoby, Randall, and Robinson out here for the Knicks. We know Wiggins with personal issues there will be out of this one for Golden State.
Yeah, as you guys mentioned, Golden State has been rolling, man. I cannot step in front of Golden State. Definitely with a Knicks team that's depleted and being good as home dogs. Golden State playing way too good. Golden State with the better roster constructed right now. And like I said, Knicks depleted. It's going to take more than Jalen Brunson. Curry canceled him out off gate. So you just go for player. And with how Golden State has been playing, Golden State has been snapping on the road as well. Give me Golden State and this player to cover in this one.
All right, Golden State there. Hawks and Nets going head-to-head here. We see the Nets now 1.5 favorites, total 220.
Yeah, this total has dropped tremendously, but I still lean toward the under in this one. This Hawks team has actually been playing a little bit better defense as of lately, and this Nets team can't score, and their top scorer is out, and Cam Thompson. I just don't see a lot of points in this one. I think this one stays under the total. I lean towards the Hawks, but definitely under the total in this one.
Yeah, no Kongu, no Trae Young for Atlanta. Simmons and Thomas out here for Brooklyn in this one. Thunder and Spurs going head-to-head here. Clean injury report on both sides. Again, OKC must be the healthiest team this year in the NBA because they another clean injury report, just like the Kings were last year. Thunder laying 11 on the road, total 237.5.
Yep, I'm right with the Thunder buddies, man. They're one of the best teams in the NBA. Can't just say the hottest team. They're one of the best teams in the NBA. Solid from the starters to the bench, but their starters, they really cause havoc. The Spurs team, man, like I said, it's hard to tell what Popovich is going to do on a nightly basis as far as his starters' minutes go. So if I don't know how long Vassell's going to play, Wemby's going to play, their top guys, how many minutes they're going to get, it makes me hard to back the Spurs currently. And I'm just ride with the hot hand of the Thunder.
Yeah, they don't. Very rarely you'll see guys go into 30s here for this. They use too much of their bench there. These Spurs teams, and for their backers up there, it gets real difficult to to back them when you see their rotations that Pop puts in there for his reasons. Only he knows. All right, we're going to have coverage on Rockets and Suns a little later in the show. Heat and Nuggets we've already talked about. Wizards Lakers we've already talked about. And of course on the show tonight, Wayne on UNC Wilmington laying the 5. All right, Wayne, let's take a look over our pick dog from tonight's action. We got action beginning in about 8 minutes from the NBA. We have going over at the site, big NBA card, 8 games, big hoops as well. Ice action on the ice with 12 games.
Yes, sir. Another solid college basketball card for me. Got a 3-pack in college basketball and a 3-pack in the NBA, and I got my best bet individually out. Long-term pass is always a way to go. You will get extra plays with grabbing the long-term pass, but even if not, grabbing my best bet will be profitable. I've been very profitable with my best bet as of recently, and I love my best bets tonight. So you can hop onto the site, go to the premium tab, and let's get with me so we can get this cash tonight.
That's right, guys. Get on board here. Wayne Scott over at Pick.com. Past 24 hours plus 500 units of profit. Wayne has been on an absolute tear right now, so no better time right now to get on board with Wayne Scott over at Pick Dogs Premium. You can verify those numbers. Go to the leaderboards and you'll see it. Or go to his handicap page and check it out. Remember, the one-day passes are all credit guarantee. The most turn of profit or the amount you purchase is credit back to your account for site credits. That is credit guaranteed. Long-term passes aren't because they're sold at such a lower price. So get on board with Wayne Scott. All right, Wayne, as always, great having you show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you again next week, but we can also catch you on some of the weekend shows and, of course, your video series with boxing.
Yes, sir. A lot of highlights are coming out of the press conference for the Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, so I'll be looking to drop that for you guys, and my boxing prediction on that. And as Tony said, man, I'll be looking forward to seeing you guys on the weekend, giving you guys out my best and banging free picks outside of my premium picks and break down those games for you guys. As always, Tony T, my guy, appreciate you for having me. Good luck with all your best today, and let's get money.
That's right. Get on board with Wayne and check him out on the video series. All right, Wayne, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again next week.
Yes, sir. Take care, bro.
You got Wayne Scott here on the drive through. Let's continue on the drive through, guys. We'll get to my pick. Let's do the recap first, and then we'll get to my pick. My pick starts a little later. It'll be from that Rockets Suns game. So let's go ahead and get to the recap, and then what's your roll here. Also, guys, get your best bets into the chat right now. We'll read them off at the end of the show. Get your best bets into the chat right now. All right, let's get the recap. We have Alex on Heat Nuggets under 214.5. Al McMordie, Lindenwood here, plus 10 against Southern Indiana. Shane was on San Francisco, plus 4 against Gonzaga. Tony Brown, the Lakers, laid the 9.5 against the Wizards. Millz was on Mokayev, win inside the distance, plus 135. UFC Fight Night on Saturday afternoon. Jay on Magic, lay 6.5 against the Jazz. Wayne, UNC Wilmington, laying the 5 against Hofstra. I'll be on Rocket Suns under 231.5. The one I like the most here out of these would be, interesting to note here, that under really got my attention on that game, right? Under. I like the under in that Heat and Nuggets game. I look for a defensive style game there with Alex Smart's pick there on the game. All right, guys, going back to my pick here, let's get to the game here. I think it's not going to be this one. This is the one Tony Brown did, so let me go ahead and move the chains for you right now. We're going to talk about this game here that starts 8:30 Eastern time, and it will be between the Rockets and the Phoenix Suns, and I think we'll get it right there. Yeah, Rockets and Suns. We see the Suns favored here. We've actually seen money come on the over in this game, but I'm going to be on the under, as you saw in the recap. I'll be under the total of 231.5 in this spot. Since the All-Star break, boy, this Rockets team has really been struggling on the offensive end of the court. We see them here 26 in offensive efficiency, averaging just 102 points per 100 possessions, but they're playing at a very slow pace. The Suns have defended better coming off the All-Star break. They're also playing slow, and they're only averaging 113 points per 100 possessions. So we'll go under total here, under 231.5. If you can find 232, go for it. That's even a better number. Let me see what the market looks right now. 231.5 is the number. Sharp money's on the over because they bought it to 232 at the sharpest book in the world, going against some of that sharp move there. But I still like the under in this game. Nurkic looks like he's a go here, and that's key because when the Phoenix lost to Houston, they did not have Nurkic in there, and Nurkic now is deemed probable. He's expected to suit up. And Nurkic is a really good rim defender. I remember when we talked about this game, we took Rockets plus the points when they played last week because of that reason, Nurkic not being there. So you got the rim defender there. You also have a Houston team that struggles with scoring, as we talked about. And, of course, Easton is an important guy from off the bench scoring, but he's been out for a long time here. Could miss Beal, could miss Gordon here in this lineup as well. Some scorers could be missed for Phoenix. So we'll go under total 231.5 with this Rockets and Suns game. All right, guys, check out Pick Dogs. We're going to have a 3-pack up there right now with NBA as well as my best bet bundled in a 3-pack from 3-pack as well. My best bets college hoops with 2 NBA picks as well in my 3-pack. So you can either buy my best bet or buy my 3-pack. Don't buy them both because my best bet is bundled in the 3-pack. Of course, you can also get long-term passes with me. 3, 7, or $30 sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that time period. Just like when you go to my handicapper page and make that purchase. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. All right, guys. Now is the time to get those best bets in the chat. This is going to do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Plays. They'll get their plays for you in real time. Remember, it always gets started with that morning show here, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We got Mitch, we got Chris, we got Jay, we get Costa and Romanelli as well, visiting the show as well with their picks. Don't forget those video series here. We got Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. Betting Tool shows is roundtable discussions with the professionals. Also, Jay with his NBA Jam session, also the host of the weekend shows here in the mornings. Also, Chris with his Around the League from the NHL individual picks as well. Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. Betting Tool shows his roundtables with the professionals. We talked about the video series here with Big Al McMordie, his all access. We also have video series here from Millz with his UFC rundown, his prop shop. Wayne with his boxing video series. Nick Menken with his first half NBA is also here. Ron Romanelli, bank shot breakdown, college basketball rundown from Ron. Also Costi, his sharp trading plays. We talked about Big Al McMordie's all access. We also have Brian Biller with his contrarian sharp plays against the public betting here with Dana Lane is another one to consider. Jovan now with his parlay shorts, Brad Francis parlay videos as well, and a lot more, guys. And Nick Mick in first half NBA. So make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications so when you're live with us to get the plays in real time. All right, before we sign off, let's go ahead and get the best bets from the folks in the chat. So get those best bets in the chat right now. We'll read them off on the show right now. All right, let's see who we have here. Double is coming in here with his show. Pick Bucks laying the 10.5 to 11.5, depending where you get it. He likes the Bucks to pound tonight against the Charlotte Hornets. Ron Crawford, show play, UCLA plus 3.5 tonight against Washington. We also have, let's see what else we have coming in here in this spot. Double is coming in here. Let's see, we got his play already from doubles. Let's see who we have. Blake's liking Golden State here, laying the points. We've got Ron Crawford's show play here. Tim Wong he was asking about the Warriors game. Blake here, Stony Brook plus the 9, Thunder 6.5 first half as well. Blake is also on the Red Wings. He likes the Predators money line tonight. And Knicks tonight from Tom Trowicki. That's his place as well. Tom coming in with East Carolina under in his game for tonight. Let's see, we got Lakers first half, laid the 5.5 from Blake. And what else we have tonight here? Peter Coppola likes Washington State laying the points against USC. I like that one as well. Theo Green likes Nebraska money line and over the total. Also Washington State money line over the total. I guess this is some sort of money line parlay because these are that's a big favorite there. Blake again with the Heat plus the points. What else we got coming in here? Get the best bets here. J-Man says lay the points with Washington State and UC Irvine. Chris White Thunder, South Dakota Coyotes plus 3.5 tonight. What else we have here coming in here, guys? Put the team versus team. I'm just getting a guy saying like I like the over, so it's hard to figure what that one is. Let's see. Kane's going. Nope, that's not a pick there. Let's see here. What else we have here, guys? Let's see if we have any more best bets from you guys in the chats. Let's see. We've got here Yotes plus 180. What else we've got in here? All right. I think we've got all the best bets covered. Last call for the best bets in the chat before we sign off. That's it. We got them all in. All right, guys. Wait a minute. We got J-Man's in there. All right. That's going to do it, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back again tomorrow on the show. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew tonight. Anyway, goodbye, guys. You guys have a great afternoon, evening, and we'll catch up with you again.